Have you ever poured your heart into a friendship or relationship, only to feel drained by someone who seemed to turn your kindness against you? As an empath, I've lived this over and over, giving my all to people who, beneath their smiles, carried a quiet resentment that dimmed my spirit. I remember a close friend who always needed my support, but their subtle criticisms left me questioning my worth. It was like my light, the empathy that drew them in, was somehow too much for them. Then I discovered Carl Jung's shadow psychology, and it was a revelation. Jung taught that empaths, with their radiant sensitivity, often attract those whose unconscious shadows envy or fear that light. Today, we're diving into why empaths attract people who secretly resent their light, using Jung's wisdom to understand these dynamics and empower you to protect your energy while staying true to your compassionate nature. This isn't about blame, it's about reclaiming your power to shine. So grab a cozy blanket, take a deep breath, and let's explore this together. If this resonates with your empathic heart, hit that like button, share this video with a fellow empath, and click the bell to join our journey into the depths of the psyche. Let's start with what makes empaths so magnetic. As an empath, your ability to feel deeply, listen intently, and connect with others' emotions creates a light that draws people in like moths to a flame. But Jung taught us that light casts shadows, and not everyone is ready to face their own darkness. Your empathy, your capacity to see and hold space for others' pain, can trigger discomfort in those who suppress their own emotions. Jung believed the unconscious is a realm where unresolved feelings fester, and empaths often become mirrors for those shadows. I once had a colleague who leaned on my support, but grew distant when I shone too brightly. My confidence stirred their insecurities. Jung's insight shows that your light isn't the problem, it's what others project onto it. Think about your relationships. Have you ever felt someone pulling away when you're at your most authentic? That's their shadow reacting to your radiance. What moment comes to mind when you think of your light being dimmed? Jung's shadow psychology is key to understanding this dynamic. The shadow, as Jung described, is the hidden part of the psyche, traits like envy, fear, or shame that we push away. He said, the shadow is a moral problem that challenges the whole ego personality. For someone with a heavy shadow, an empath is light, your openness, your warmth, can feel like a spotlight on their buried flaws. Instead of facing them, they project resentment onto you. I noticed this with a family member who'd snap at my optimism, later admitting they envied my ease with emotions. Jung taught that the shadow doesn't just affect the individual, it leaks into relationships, especially with empaths who absorb those projections like a sponge. Reflect. Have you ever absorbed someone's negativity without knowing why? That's their shadow clashing with your light. What interaction left you feeling drained? It's a clue to their unconscious resentment. Why do empaths specifically attract these shadow projections? Jung believed empaths, with their intuitive connection to the unconscious, act as catalysts for others' unprocessed emotions. Your light amplifies their darkness, making them confront feelings they'd rather avoid. This isn't your fault. It's a natural dynamic of the psyche. For example, your ability to listen might stir envy in someone who feels unheard, or your vulnerability might threaten someone who hides their own. A friend, Sarah, shared how her empathy drew a partner who criticized her sensitivity, projecting their own suppressed pain. Jung's concept of the collective unconscious explains this. Empaths tap into universal emotions, unintentionally triggering others' shadows. Ask yourself, do you often feel like a mirror for others' struggles? This attraction is a sign of your power, but it needs boundaries. What pattern do you see in who you attract? The persona, Jung's concept of the social mask, plays a role in this attraction. People who resent your light often hide their shadow behind a polished persona, presenting as kind or supportive while harboring negativity. Jung said, the persona is what someone is not, but what he and others think he is. Empaths, with their knack for seeing beyond facades, can threaten this mask, provoking resentment. I had a friend whose cheerful persona masked jealousy, revealed through subtle jabs when I expressed joy. Recognizing this helped me set boundaries. Reflect. Does someone's kindness feel forced around you? Their persona may be hiding a shadow that resents your authenticity. What facade have you sensed in someone close? It's a sign their light struggles with yours. Individuation, Jung's path to wholeness, is how empaths can protect their light while attracting healthier connections. By integrating your own shadow, acknowledging your doubts, fears, or even anger, you become less susceptible to others' projections. Jung believed individuation aligns you with the self, the archetype of completeness, allowing you to shine without losing yourself. I began this by journaling my own resentments, realizing I sometimes dimmed my light to avoid conflict. This shift drew people who valued my empathy. A viewer, Emily, integrated her shadow by embracing her need for solitude, reducing toxic attractions. What part of your shadow needs love to protect your light? Individuation empowers you to attract those who celebrate, not resent, your radiance. What step toward wholeness feels right for you? Here are 10 practical steps, inspired by Jung, to protect your empathic light and attract authentic relationships. First, shadow journaling. Write about moments you feel drained, noting possible projections. Second, energy check-ins. Pause daily to assess your emotional state after interactions. Third, active imagination. Visualize your light as a shield, dialoguing with others' shadows. Fourth, boundary practice. Say no to demands that dim your energy. Fifth, dream analysis. Record dreams for clues about resentment in relationships. Sixth, grounding rituals. Use meditation or nature walks to center yourself. Seventh, archetype exploration. Identify your empathic role, healer, lover, and balance it. Eighth, gratitude focus. Affirm your light daily to strengthen it. Ninth, community selection. Surround yourself with those who uplift you. 10th, compassionate detachment. Observe others' negativity without absorbing it. Which step calls to you? Start it today to reclaim your energy. Let's deepen the exploration. Jung's concept of projection explains why empaths attract resentment. Others see in you what they deny in themselves. This ties to the collective unconscious, where universal archetypes like the wounded healer amplify empathic sensitivity. I noticed my healer archetype drew needy friends until I set limits. What archetype do you embody that attracts projections? Recognizing it helps you navigate dynamics. The shadow's envy often stems from complexes, unconscious emotional knots. Jung's complex theory shows how these trigger resentment. Sarah's partner resented her empathy due to a childhood complex of feeling invisible. What complex might fuel someone's reaction to you? Understanding this fosters compassion. Synchronicity can signal when to step back. Recurring tensions may align with dreams or signs. Jung saw these as the unconscious guiding us. I left a draining friendship after dreaming of heavy chains, a synchronicity that clarified their resentment. What sign has nudged you lately? The persona's role in hiding resentment links to cultural shadows, where suppressing vulnerability breeds envy of empaths. Jung critiqued societal repression. Emily countered this by modeling authenticity, softening others' facades. How can you inspire truth in others? Individuation involves embracing opposites, light and dark. Jung's alchemy metaphor sees this as transforming lead into gold. By owning my anger, I stopped attracting those who mirrored it. What opposite needs integration in you? It's the key to balanced relationships. More steps. 11th, energy cleansing. Use sage or visualization to clear absorbed negativity. 12th, reading Jung. Ion for shadow insights. 13th, reflective walks. Ponder interactions in nature. 14th, affirmation crafting. My light is my strength. 15th, support groups. Connect with fellow empaths. These fortify your resilience. Projections often carry ancestral weight, family patterns shaping resentment. My tendency to absorb negativity traced to a caregiving lineage. What family echo influences your attractions? Healing it frees your light. Synchronicity in empathic dynamics, like meeting someone after a dream, signals alignment or warning. Jung's Red Book details such moments. Track these to guide decisions. What synchronicity speaks to you? The persona's collapse reveals the self, Jung's core of wholeness. Meditate on yourself as a glowing orb to counter projections. Olivia used this to deflect criticism. How can your self shine brighter? More steps. 16th, art therapy. Paint your light to reclaim it. 17th, boundary affirmations. Daily reinforce your limits. 18th, mythological study. Empath archetypes like Kuan Yin. 19th, forgiveness rituals. Release others' resentment. 20th, energy audits. Weekly assess relational impacts. These deepen protection. Let me share a final story. Sophia, an empath, felt drained by a friend's subtle hostility. Using Jung's shadow work, she journaled, set boundaries, and found her light attracted a new circle who cherished her. That's the power of your radiance. What's dimming your light right now? Imagine relationships where your empathy is celebrated. I challenge you to journal one draining interaction tonight. Share in the comments, what did you discover? Like if you're ready to protect your light, subscribe for more, and let's shine together. Embrace your radiance today, and I'll see you in the next video.